The Buffalo Bisons return home after 2 weeks on the road. Let's take a look back with this road trip recap presented by Student Transportation of America. The Buffalo Bisons began the first leg of their 2-week road trip with a split against the Syracuse Mets in Syracuse, New York, where Stuart Baroa led from the top of the card nearly every single night. In the opening game of the series, Buffalo scored a 7-5 win over Syracuse, and the top third of the order combined for 6 of the team's 12 hits. Stuart Baroa's first multi-hit performance of the series was a 2-for-5 day at the plate. Aurelvis Martinez also bashed his 13th home run of the season, one of 3 hits on the day for the organization's number 2 prospect. Spencer Horwitz also with a base hit and an RBI for Martinez. Not only that home run, but added 3 RBIs as well. Has over 40 now, but at the time recorded RBIs 37, 38, and 39. It would get close in the bottom of the 9th inning when Syracuse would mount the rally, scoring twice, but Buffalo, with the insurance in the 7th and a run in the top of the 9th, would secure the 7-5 victory. Bowden Francis made his only relief appearance of the road trip on a Major League rehab assignment, going 3 2/3 innings, picking up the victory. Hagen Danner, his 4th save of the season as well, preserving the win for Buffalo. And back to Bowden Francis. He only made that 1 rehab appearance, then was back in the big leagues, rejoined the Blue Jays last week, and then eventually pitched in the series finale against Oakland on Sunday. After dropping Game 2 of the series, Buffalo bounced back with an 8-4 drubbing of Syracuse one night later, and again it was Stuart Baroa at the top of the order with a 1-for-5 day at the plate. Addison Barger came through with a 2-for-5 night with an RBI. Will Robertson also contributing to the offense. The other multi-hit performance of the day, 2-for-4 for Buffalo with a couple of RBIs. Rafael Antigua, who came off the bench and eventually took over at second base, would hit his 2nd home run of the season, a solo homer in the top of the 8th. That extended Buffalo's lead out to 6-4, and they would add 2 runs in the top of the 9th for insurance. Mason Fluharty notching his 4th win of the season in relief. Paulo Espino made the start for Buffalo. And a nice side note to that series, Bo Sulzer made his first of 2 appearances in the series against his brother Cole. Both the brothers pitching collegiately at Dartmouth together for 1 season, and now Bo Sulzer and Cole pitching against one another with their family in attendance in Syracuse on the first half of the road trip, pitching against one another in the 3rd game of the series, and would eventually pitch against each other in the finale as well. But before that, the Bisons picked up their most lopsided win of the series, 13-5, with several crooked numbers, including a 5 spot in the top of the 2nd inning to set the tone. Buffalo would not trail the rest of the game. Stuart Baroa, Spencer Horwitz, Nathan Lucas, the top 3 in the Bisons' batting order, combined for 11 of the team's 17 hits on the day. Horwitz, 5 hits, 6 RBIs. The 2nd time Horwitz has had 6 RBIs in a Bisons uniform. It helped Horwitz increase his season batting average to .330 on the year, also giving him a total of 37 RBIs. A big series for Horwitz. Nathan Lucas, a couple of base hits as well for Stuart Baroa, adding those 4 hits, his first 4-hit game of the season. And it made a winner out of Aaron Sanchez, who was very good on the mound, over 5 1/3 innings, one of 2 solid starts for the veteran right-hander on the road trip for Buffalo. Punched out 5 along the way, and Buffalo picked up at least the series split against Syracuse with that 13-5 win on Saturday night. And for the week, Spencer Horwitz played in all 6 games for Buffalo, 10 hits, 6 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs for Horwitz. He had a week to remember, and it would get even better next week in Lehigh Valley when he would be promoted back to the big leagues. Horwitz recalled by the Blue Jays when they made their trip out west to Oakland, and appearing twice in the series over the weekend, including with a base hit in the series finale on the game's first pitch against the A's. Back to the Bisons in Lehigh Valley last week. After a tough start to the series, the Bisons would take 2 of the last 3 to salvage 2 games in the series, and once again it was Aaron Sanchez leading the way on the mound. The veteran right-hander going 6 strong, scattering just 2 hits with 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. A quality start for Sanchez to help Buffalo, who had a 1-0 lead after 2, would eventually score 2 more in the 6th. A couple of insurance runs in the top of the 9th. Those runs in the 6th inning, thanks in part to Riley Tirada. He would have his first of 2 home runs on the day, and all told 3 in the series for Tirada. Hit a 2-run home run in the 6th off of David Parkinson, and then a solo homer in the 9th, back-to-back with Aurelvis Martinez for, at the time, his league-leading 15th home run of the season. Tirada and Martinez combining for that insurance in the 9th when Lehigh Valley would score 1, but would not get any closer in the Bisons' first win of the series. Then they'd close things out on Sunday afternoon with their 8th Sunday victory of the year, a 6-5 win over the Iron Pigs to finish out the 2-week road trip. Right at the top of the order, Stuart Baroa helping lead the way. Addison Barger, a couple of base hits and an RBI, now up to 35 in the season. For Martinez, a 2-for-5 day at the plate. Another multi-hit performance for one of the top prospects in the organization, also adding his team-best 43rd RBI in the process. The Bisons scored early 3 runs in the top of the second. They would never trail in the game, and at one point had a 6-0 lead over Lehigh Valley. The Iron Pigs would try and make it close with 4 in the bottom of the 8th, but Andrew Bash went 5 1/3 scoreless innings for Buffalo without allowing more than 2 base hits. The first hit coming in the bottom of the 4th, also struck out 4 along the way. Connor Cook finished it off with his 4th save of the season, putting him in a tie with Hagen Danner for the most on the Bisons heading into the final 2 weeks of the first half of the season. The Bisons return home against the Worcester Red Sox for a 6-game set against the AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Buffalo 32-31 on the season, while the Woo Sox 5 games below that watermark at the moment. The Bisons and Woo Sox open up the series on Tuesday. Remember, 6:35 is the start time for many of the weeknight games now, including the Topps Dog Day at the ballpark, which will include a pregame dog parade on Tuesday night. Also, a autograph book giveaway on Wednesday, a Honda Friday Night Bash on Friday night as well. It is game show night at the ballpark, Resurgence Sporting Happy Hour pregame, and an award-winning fireworks show postgame. Pom-pom giveaway on Saturday, all that leading into Father's Day on Sunday at Salem Field, where it'll be a logo baseball giveaway pregame, and you can play catch on the field with Dad after the Bisons and Woo Sox wrap up their series. For this road trip recap presented by Student Transportation of America, I'm Pat Malacaro.